on one side, Moist Esports on the other. Who advances to face off against the upper bracket teams? Finally, after 2 days of action, it's going to be a wild one. Make some noise, London. Let's play some Rocket League.
Whether you want to call it the Championship, El Splashico, or the Damn Derby, one thing is for sure, Subi and Stumpy, what a match this is about to be.
It's everything that we've wanted to see Europe achieve ever since that dreadful Wednesday and Thursday that we saw earlier in this week. They're in the copper box, the home of European Rocket League, and it's going to be a wet one.
Two of the most highly mechanical players in all of Europe going head to head, and both of these teams, I mean, they're a mirror image of one another and an instant shot coming out from a toe. But my, oh my, Cole, this has potential to be an offensive shootout.
They're highly mechanical and they are so very young. Team Liquid on average, the youngest team here, barely 15 years old between them and Moist, the third youngest on average, and it's Moist that are starting off a bit better. Liquid have some defending to do.
It's a big series for both of these teams, wanting to carry on in that lower side of the bracket. We had very, very big hopes for Moist coming into this tournament, and they have not delivered. This is an incredible proving ground.
Batira's going to take a touch there. Atto is right there, so close to the early Team Liquid lead. A team that have proven they can deal with the pressure with that huge reverse sweep yesterday against G2, and it's the pressure they're putting on against Moist that they're just about dealing with so far.
Absolutely, and the longer this game goes without scoring, you've got to favor Team Liquid. They're so known for getting off to a slow start. That was so present yesterday when they showed off against G2, as you see Chronic getting up, and early as Joyo can't quite find the net there, and this ball finds its way into the corner, and Vatira putting another shot down low.
You're not going to want a slow start versus Moist. They've managed to just about tear it back from G2. It was still a scary one. There was a lot of viewing parties happening. No renewal was going to happen, and neither did the Liquid defense rise to slot in the first.
Chronic was just charged down so quickly there by Joyo, who did more work buzzing about, not letting a toe out, and Rise, the iciest player at this tournament, gets the goal.
Atto with a little bit of panic. Felt like he needed to get that ball cleared as early as possibly could, but Rise was lurking, and as an opener, a bit of a slow one. These two teams, some of the most mechanical that we have seen in this entire competition.
Well, and you have to wonder, where was the defense for Team Liquid? Atto left all alone on an island back there. His teammates got to get back quicker, and maybe it's a boost issue, maybe it's just rotation, maybe it's nerves, but either way, having one back on the goal line, not going to do favors for them, and open net found its home as Joyo gets another one for Moist.
Taking full advantage of a poor wall clear, no touch coming in. Joyo the man to make the second connection. Oski chasing it like a train on a platform, couldn't get on board this time.
Joyo, who has scored so many double taps so far in this tournament, it just seems that every time he sends that homing missile towards the net, he's never going to miss, and Rise is coming again. He's got some mechanics to play with here. Oski closes them down. Team Liquid with so much defending to do.
Well, it's so interesting with Joyo. So quiet during the spring split, but once you put him in a live environment, once you bring him to a major, he just rises to the occasion. Time and time again, he just thrives in this environment.
They're all just built for content. They are a content machine. They're running around dancing on the stage. They're making flags when they walk on with all the EU guys' faces on it. It's so much fun to watch, and the fact that they've gone with Moist, and that has been such a nice introduction to the scene, has been something that we've all loved watching.
Joyo, the man who I believe has promised to wear his shades in every interview he does in this tournament. We'll see how deep Moist can go. He almost got a good touch there. But Rise now on the backboard. He's going to head up. He's going to send this one as long as he can. Atto up so quickly. That's what Team Liquid do best. This fearless, young set of three. They just seem to be able to challenge people so quickly, never showing them any respect.
Well, and the thing about Team Liquid, they just hit the ground running when they came onto the scene. There were no signs of stopping, and it doesn't seem like they're slowing down anytime soon. It's great 50-50 there. Ball in the air, off the crossbar, and Toe pokes that one over to a Chronic.
It's great to see Team Liquid as an org make these majors. They've been in Rocket League for years, finally found the trio that can potentially get them championships, and that's what this team will want to do. After that reverse sweep yesterday, they will fully believe they're capable.
Oski going from that backboard towards the right-hand side of this incredible pitch. Gets picked up by a Chronic, up for the double, but Vatira, lurking backboard, can air dribble it away. The flip reset, Atto, he's reading that one this time, does not want to be caught short.
Only a minute and 35 seconds left, and Team Liquid need to get some offense going as soon as possible, but it's dangerous when Moist are lobbying forward these air dribbles. And look at the pace that they're showing. Rise, another clean win in Team Liquid territory is the last thing Liquid are going to want, but that's better from Atto. Maybe he can get something going, but every loose ball right now is falling to Moist. Joyo, another flip reset attempt here over the top of Oski. Is it going to fall for a player? Not this time.
Well, and Moist realizes how dangerous Team Liquid is it you give them space. As Rise one on the goal line, he can't quite catch up, and Moist extend that lead.
3 rolling in the back of the net for Moist here as Rise goes to the left-hand side, sees he has a spot of time, air rolls left and smashes dead center of that target.
Moist just running away with game number 1, and what a confidence builder. Home turf, the crowd standing tall behind them, and they're a few games away from marching forward.
The best thing that Team Liquid can think right now after that slightly dodgy bit of defending there from Oski is the fact that earlier on Furia, they looked so poor in game number 1, but when they turned it on, Stumpy, they were sublime. Team Liquid can do the same, but they're running out of time in this first game.
This first game, potentially not the one for them, but hey, Fury didn't win it either, and yet they managed to get the dub 3-1 in the end. The final 40 seconds sees Oski send it up high towards the corner, intercepted again by Rise. So many pre-jumps, but the aggression is building.
Good clearance there from Joe. He had to put that one into a period, an area of safety. Atto now. Joe's closing him down so quickly still. Moist, they're known for their offense, but they're so good at defending because their mechanics are so good. And when they get one chance, Subi, these double taps are just so difficult to deal with.
They capitalize on every... Oh my goodness! Speaking of capitalizing, Atto brings them within 16 seconds remaining.
The Golden Phoenix rising from the orange net as Rise makes an incredibly rare mistake. Atto goes to the safest shot of his life, wants to roll it in the net, and now there's 2 seconds. There's 2 goals, 16 seconds, and a dream.
Is game number 1 of the El Splashico gonna have a grandstand finish? We'll find out in the next few seconds. So far from that kickoff, it is seeming like Moist are gonna be able to just ease this one away. Something has to happen for Team Liquid immediately. There's a chance. Oski, can you get it there with a second or 2 left to play with? Not to be on this occasion. Moist are gonna take game 1.
Oski low on boost for the final play, and Moist in this inaugural game of the championship in the El Splashico, in the many that were suggested on social media when these teams first started playing. Moist are going to be taking it, but something that's so vital about these best of 5s, no timeouts. There is no time to think here. You get 60 seconds in between each game. That's your lot.
Got to be good at improvisation here on the grand stage, but one thing we know about Team Liquid is they have been slow to start, but hey, they reverse swept G2 yesterday.
Yeah.
Why not take down their arch nemesis in Moist Esports?
There are so many Moist fans in the arena here today as well. I've walked around, seen so many wonderful blue jerseys. One of my friends, he's attending, and thought, I'm going to pick a team. I'll go Moist. Why not? It's a good team to get behind. The crowd are getting loud. They are so hyped to be here finally again. And look, with an all-EU matchup, it's going to be a banger.
You can tell they're all warming up mechanically, but you know who else is warming up? The London crowd. I've wanted to do this my entire career. London, how are we doing?
Oh my goodness. Cole, Stumpy, you've told me that this was going to be nothing short of incredible, and I have to tell you, I am not let down one bit.
We're never wrong, mate. When we agree, we're never wrong.
It's
it
rare,
just
but it's
happens.
true.
Yeah, it's the home of Rocket League at this point in Europe, and with these 2 teams battling it out, the Europe-ness just carries on through.
And what better map to take us to right now between Team Liquid and Moist Esports than Aquadome, as you can see the sharks emerging around the place. Battle will commence in game number 2.
And right out of the gates, Chronic looking for a double, doesn't quite find it, and big challenge here from Atto, but that ball lingering on top of the blue half and forced to play a lot of defense. And I want to see Team Liquid score early here in game 2 just to make a statement.
I really feel like I'm going to struggle to count out Liquid at any given moment, considering what we saw them face down against G2 yesterday.
You have to.
I have no reason to disagree.
This is the team as well. They're essentially playing for their futures. There is no chance that Team Liquid can make it to Worlds. They are building for next season. They are showing that when the next set of RLCS begins, they're capable of taking it to anyone, and they've taken it to Moist right there.
Just bringing the aggression right out of the gates here in game number 2, and a beautiful 50-50 on the goal line from Oski leads to a great follow-up from a Chronic, and Team Liquid strike first.
That brilliant lead earned early on Aquadome, surrounded by Liquid, and yet every player has got the ice.
Rise is in the corner right now, but again closed down so quickly by Chronic. It seems to me Team Liquid have just upped the pace in this second game. They're getting used to this stage, easing into things, starting to feel like they belong here a little bit more. Moist Esports, we know how quickly they can turn defending into an attack, and right now it's them who are attacking.
Well, and it's so interesting because Team Liquid have such an analogous play style to Moist Esports, as I choke on my words there. You know, sometimes somebody, Cole, whoever you are, one of the subpar boys, it just doesn't come out right. But Joyo to Rise out of the corner, team passing play, thing of brilliance.
Managing to equal up. Joyo in the center, fakes going for the how wide initially. Wave dashes back to the wall, then sends out towards Rise. The entire Liquid defense unsure what the play was about to become, and yet Rise, with the analogous brain alongside his team, was there to sink it.
Moist Esports, I mean, this is the team that have won series in the grand finals,
Oh no.
G2.
Oh no!
The bracket reset earlier, but Team Liquid, they turn it on its head.
50-50 going in favor of Liquid massively here. The ball just put right on the hood of a Chronic, and there's no way you're gonna catch up to that one. Team Liquid take the lead right back.
Can't call it a hood here, Subi. It's called a bonnet. Thank you very much. You are in the UK.
Cheers.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
But it was off the bonnet anyway. But Chronic's so speedy. Atto, look at him, waiting for this ball, wants it to come, just hovering there. But Tira's going to try and get it.
Oh my
Is he
goodness.
going to be able to?
Oh my
Joyo
goodness.
gets a save, and Rise somehow sends it wide.
I don't understand how that save managed to come in. It was a pre-jump, and yet straight to the sky, blocking it away. Atto and Oski both getting in each other's way. Chronic has to get up confidently and early. Rise onto that right-hand side wall, sent underneath.
No!
Oski and Vatira!
Vatira up for 90, nothing but money off of this challenge, and no one home. You saw the pre-jump, but way too late.
A little bit optimistic there from Oski in defense, and the ball just sneaks its way underneath him. Moist Esports, they can be 4 goals down, and they are that team who can clutch anything. But here's Oski with a dribble from the kickoff. Rise sends it out wide. So is there. He puts it towards Vatira, who clears long, and maybe we'll have a few seconds of still in this match.
Vatira, though, pinching that central. Joyo fakes it out. A brilliant idea to force to Rise with a little bit more boost, but the boost is near enough taken entirely from Moist here. Liquid going for a 200 boost also play. Vatira into that back corner, pinching with Oski, but not quite as fortuitous.
These 50-50s just pinging all over the pitch right now. It's looking scary for both teams from the big challenge game. Vatira can only find a Chronic. It's going to slow things down. The most experienced of Team Liquid, 16 years old, would you believe? Unbelievable showing his age right now, but still, 2s across the board, 2-all.
Well, you just spoke about them slowing it down. That's what we need to see from Team Liquid. They need to change up the gameplay. They need to change up what Moist Esports are doing up and down the field. And that fake coming out of the corner almost threw off the defense. The ball still in Team Liquid's half.
Time for Moist to continue that push as well. Rise. I feel like I say his name every time it comes to these. He's everywhere on the pitch. A double commit in defense. Leaves it under 2 minutes remaining. Currently a stalemate. Atto tries to go high. Instead, Joyo pre-jump. And now the 1v1 with only 10 boost. What can he get? Nothing but a Chronic.
A battle for boost at the moment. Both of these two teams just trying to make their statement and get some sustained pressure, but the clearances are so strong and powerful that both teams are being sent right back. And Toe is going to try and keep them pinned. Moist Esports, that is. Rise gets to stay as far as a Toe again. Oski wants a quick shot, but it's too quick, and that clearance from Rise is going to find himself, actually.
And Vatira shutting down the attack, getting rid of a Chronic. Demos, they haven't been as instrumental in this game so far, but that may well be the first key and the first idea that we see. Remove them from the pitch, and they can't do any damage.
Demos are going to be so valuable in this series. We haven't seen too many come out. Neither team wants to get too aggressive. Both teams realize how dangerous it is to send one player forward when you have the mechanics up and down the pitch. All 6 players able to do the unthinkable. And a Chronic trying to do so out of the corner there.
A Chronic has scored some wonderful goals in regionals so far, but it's Atto that's putting in a quick shot there. Oski around the side, Vatira has to clear it. And a miss from a Chronic. Is that finding itself all the way in? Gets the bump, but Atto somehow still manages to make the save.
There's no way that Liquid got back in time for that. Atto diving in front of the net. It is still locked down.
The survival skills from both these teams immense as ever. Here's Vatira, wants the flip reset, gets it. Atto gets it away as far as he can. Then there's Joyo to the corner. Oski is there, 20 seconds away from overtime. Are we going to find our way into next goal wins
Oh my goodness.
territory? Oski, there's all sorts of misses flying in. Awkward touches. The team's so stretched. The boost anywhere. We've got a musty flick. Atto the save for now. To the ceiling it goes. Vatira, does he get the touch or not? The crowd are counting down. 5 seconds. His rise. Atto there clears it long. And maybe that gets overtime going.
One more opportunity. Vatira manages to catch it, but instead to the ground and an overtime in the championship.
Moist Esports, the last team you want to allow. The ball on their hood, 0 seconds remaining. We know how dangerous Rise is in those situations, and 1 man down for Team Liquid. Rise looking to push it out, but demoed for his efforts.
You have to fear for Team Liquid here, though. They are up against Moist Esports, the team that never lose in Game 5, never lose in Game 7, and never lose overtimes. These are the moments that they have made their name finding a way to win out from. But good speed there from Acronic is going to get Team Liquid on their way.
And right now, Moist Esports during this whole major has the 3rd highest overtime percent win over Falcons. G2, such an impressive stat. So not the team you want to be facing right now, but Team Liquid looking to bear down and finds the far post and in, and Team Liquid tie the series up.
You can chuck as many statistics as you want at this series, but when the tsunami approaches, buildings will crumble.
It's also different when you're at an arena like this. These are regional stats. You know, that was in North America, the LA Major. We're here in London. Everything is 3 times as terrifying.
Baby.
Team Liquid make the most of the atmosphere, get themselves back into the series, and there will be no sweeps this time, everybody.
Well, when Acronic is getting himself a hat trick in game number 2, looking as comfortable and confident as he is on the pitch, Team Liquid looking very, very strong. And ladies and gentlemen in the copper box, we have a series on our hands.
I'm so happy we're not seeing the sweeps that we had 2 days ago, getting some 3-0s quick.
Get them out of the way yesterday before the crowd come.
Yeah, get them done. The crowd deserves something better. That save from Atto, despite being bumped by Rise, is unbelievable. Then the other side, his 2 teammates manage to get it over the line, winning the game and bringing us level.
What I love right there, the extra player for Team Liquid forces Vatira off of that ball, and no way he's going to get that save. Team Liquid firing on all cylinders.
Team Com's coming in now. I mean, how can you look at your teammates when you have 7,000 fans in every direction, waving at you, shouting at you, chanting at you, clapping, applauding? You can see your team's colors, you can see the enemy team's colors, but all you have to focus on are those 2 gentlemen next to you. How is that even possible for players this young?
I was going to mention the age. It's mind-blowing. 15 and a half average age on Liquid. Moist are the old men. This is their retirement home on this stage. And they're like, what, 17-ish, something like that?
I don't know.
It's unreal. Game number 3, drawn level, 2 more for either of these teams to win it and knock the other one home.
Decent start there for Team Liquid, but Rise just slows things down and gets Moist a little bit of control for now, but continuing from Game 2, where Team Liquid started so quickly. That definitely seems to be something they're making a conscious effort to do. They're starting this one faster as well.
And you want to see that out of Team Liquid. We know what they can do when they strike first, and they almost give that one there right inside of that close post, but Atto gonna slow this one down, allow his teammates to rotate back, get that full boost pad in, bang, just like that, back to offense.
I love that little air dribble, meeting a teammate in the air. It means you cannot read any single angle. Atto gets the pass in. The falling Oski from nowhere can't quite redirect it goalwards.
Coming out of absolutely nowhere from our perspective, flying in. Massive movements coming in from Liquid here. They want to try and do something as special as we've seen from Moist so far.
Oh my goodness!
Being bumped again, nearly got a goal.
That's one of those moments that somebody will take a screenshot of all 6 players about 3 inches from the ball. The attack continues. The chaos is still going on in front of the orange goal. Acronic gets a half flip to try and get a touch. Vatira, huge clearance yet again. He has swept away so many Moist attacks. So many Team Liquid attacks, and it's important for Moist.
Oh, Atto nearly got it over that defense, but again, Moist staying strong. They've really been under pressure here. There's a lot going on, and again, diving in the way, managing to get the save. Vatira now on a long one down the pitch.
Oh my goodness, and Joyo with the follow-up, can't quite find it, and no, too wide off of the post. And Stumpy, Cole, I want you to keep your eyes on the boost meters. It is incredible how fast these players are with such low boost, and that one's saved by Acronic, my goodness.
More clutch saves from Team Liquid. Oski can send it long. Joyo's underneath that one, just wants to get some distance between himself and the ball. Atto, a disgusting flip reset. Can his teammate come in to complete the job? wide.
Couldn't quite sink that in a nice position. Acronik going into that back corner, but gonna be honest, lads, I really expected Liquid to score there. That should have been at minimum on target, and it wasn't threatening. Chance for Joyo to score, but saved away by Oski. The backboard defense and the clutch goal line saves are what's saving both of these teams.
Apart from that one shot, what I would say is these players are so warm now. The mechanics are all there, and the passes are hitting. Rise is putting his team in the lead.
Rise in the middle of this team as well. That hype man going left and right with the fist bumps. Everyone on Liquid has to scramble back, but they just weren't able to this time.
They're just causing chaos and confusion, and you saw all of Team Liquid bunched up in the corner. No way, no how they're getting back to that ball, but a toe, flip reset, puts that one over, and Acronik gonna keep it alive. Pass over to Oski, but that one's too soft, and the bump's coming in, but I feel like the chaos really favors Moist. Fast break opportunity, little shake, little shimmy, but can't quite find the target.
Great save again from Atto. I don't know how he manages to wiggle himself out from these situations. There's another situation brewing right now. Vatira, when he gets a flip reset, you can never be calm. He just always gets that next horrible, awkward touch as far as Team Liquid are concerned.
And right now, another great pass towards center, but turned away by a toe, and right now Team Liquid having to think quick on their feet as those passes are coming from every single direction. Both teams playing so fast right now, realizing how important this swing game is.
Oh, nearly off the stomach of the car from Atto. Unable to get the skim shot this time, but we've seen them go for the backboard time and time again. Nothing quite coming from it. The double tap's being defended for both teams because they know just how well anybody on the pitch is able to pull them off.
It's all about changing those angles, trying to surprise Moist Esports. There's going to be a bit of a scramble in defense right there. Acronik, he's arriving. That one's above the goal as well. Oski takes it. No, instead he passes. Brilliant decision, but poor finishing. Team Liquid queuing up, but still remain behind.
What I love how they're changing things up. They're going backboard, they're going corner, then infield pass. Team Liquid have Moist Esports on their heels. Wide open net, but no one there for the challenge. Had to go back for boost, and here comes Oski. Another one. Demo on the field, and the ball back into the corner.
There was a smoke screen, but there was no goal to show behind it. Vatira going up for the double again. Acronik managing to clear it away. Her eyes going high. Vatira wants to just bump Oski away from that clear, but isn't able to this time. Moist, the push. They are running downstream. There is a lot of pressure on both of these
it's
sides.
Open. It's free.
Open at the back. Acronik is there to shoot.
He missed it.
He's got so many brilliant goals in the regionals, but when his team needed him in the major, where was the finish? How is that going to play on his mind in the rest of this series? Is he going to be able to dig himself out? Here he is again. It's a good pass. Rise sends it high. Moist counting their lucky stars. How are they still in the lead here with 10 seconds left or so? Vatira, he sends it goalwards. It was just off target. Atto wants to tee up a teammate, but he can't. Here he is again. 5 more seconds. The crowd will serenade us potentially.
There it is.
Better to score the 0-second goal of the man who missed earlier.
Redemption earned for Acronik. Dropping it below the crossbar. He knew he messed up earlier, but that man is not letting it go away from him twice.
The man with the Portuguese flag behind him, representing his nation. Could have just got a goal for a tie as well. Team Liquid, they cannot be beaten in game 3. They've turned it completely on its head.
Team Liquid turning frozen, ice water flowing through their veins, and a toe takes them to victory. I cannot believe that they came back from that. Most teams would tilt, but they refuse to be turned away, refuse to give up, and take the series advantage.
I was thinking when there was 30 seconds left, the miss came in. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see that miss, see how, unfortunate it was. Maybe there was a pass that could have opened up, but no.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Liquid don't give us any of that joy.
Oh.
Again, look, leaning back, the confidence on that man.
Oh, the full thing, which all the kids are doing. I'm too old to understand what that is.
It's a thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole TikTok thing, who knows?
I don't know. Jack and Archie always do it, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, lads.
Children, a lot of them.
Children.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, what a turnaround that was from Team Liquid. That is the sort of moment we have seen time and time again, just take a player out of series. But Acronik, he just got himself back into it so quickly. He demanded that
Here
ball,
it is.
and he made the most of it. Oh.
I mean,
was that more on Atto potentially? Because the bounce was awkward, it went off the corner, but he just couldn't do it. In the end, does it matter?
All I'll say is
not
that I'm glad that you weren't in those team comp stumpy, because you'd have been like, Atto, that was your fault. So,
Well, actually, mate, that was, I think, more you. Anyway,
Yeah.
you're welcome. I scored the winner.
exactly.
Hey, either way, it does loads for their confidence to realize that they can come back from such a huge mistake and turn that immediately into their own, benefit.
Yeah.
Incredible, especially 0 seconds left on the clock, and now they're sending us into game number 4.
On Utopia, where we've seen a couple of these end recently, very few game 5s. Liquid want to shut it out now and drop one of the greatest teams in Europe right back home.
If I know anything about a landed crowd, though, they will completely switch to Moist Esports now. We all want that game 5. We want as much Rocket League as possible right here and right now, but Team Liquid, those are the 3 players that are going to try and keep that momentum, grow with it. Here's Oski, it's going to the ceiling. Can he get it going? It's onto the backboard. Maybe, no. Great block from Vatira.
And here comes Vatira, big poke downfield, just a little honesty check, but Joyo, nice follow-up to keep this ball alive, and just like that, Rise scores off the rip.
Tucking into the top right corner, Rise wants to put Team Liquid to sleep. Joyo on the backboard, and then Oski and Atau getting tied up in the back, tangle with each other, Moist with the lead.
It was a lovely finish, though. I mean, he had to dodge into it pretty early. Oh, I love the sound of that. Rise, Joyo, Vatira.
I've missed the chanting, everyone. You're all doing great.
Yeah, well done, everybody.
Not too shabby, not too shabby. I mean, we haven't heard any USA chants yet, so we'll still wait.
With the state of North America, mate, I don't think we will.
Atto is going to send that one deep into the midfield. Moist to keep him coming. Rise wants to get in Oski's way. Manages it for now, makes it so the ball just finds its way towards Joyo.
There they are. I knew he would come out.
To serenade the USA, we do get a boo. We can't endorse that, I will say.
That was your fault.
On me. Moist still with this lead, though. 1-0. Such a knife edge. We've seen how Liquid can come back from errors, from mistakes, from a very, very narrow kickoff, too.
Atto is just going to send this one as far as he can. And the second touch.
Oh,
That's what Liquid do so well. Does he have the doink? No, it's a little bit too high. But it does lead to an attack until again Vatira shows the speed in defense.
You know, honestly, I'm so surprised with how far forward Moist Esports is playing right now, but when you're getting shots like that, why not send the house? But they've got to be really, really wary of covering up that back line.
Here's Vatira. Wants to get Moist Esports right back on it again. A second goal would be absolutely massive for their own personal resolve. But Oski leaves it to a Chronic, the man who turned things around completely in that last game, getting involved again here. And now Oski and Atto, I mean, that wasn't so much a double commit as both players is trying to fool Moist Esports. It almost worked, but for now the ball just sends itself high, and we have a midfield battle on our hands.
Chance for a Liquid attack. The Rise goes up and onto the left-hand wall, drops it down to Vatira. A Chronic waiting and lurking, gets called up. Oski in a better position, and brilliant mentality from them to let that one go. Atto lets that one ball, and again, goes high, up to the backboard, saved, but Vatira able to get it into the corner this time. Oski pushing, Liquid really forcing the issue.
And halftime just came across the clock tower. All Moist Esports has to do is hold on, but it seems like an eternity against such a dangerous team like Team Liquid. Still trying to get out of their own half. Nice pass forward. Oski can't keep up. He's got to get some boost, but you saw Vatira steal that one away from him, forcing to rotate out, and it's going to slow Team Liquid down.
Oh, almost an instant snapshot there from Atto, but it does lead to a second chance. He's hit the post again. Oski's coming in, gets it over the top of Joyo. Rise, can he avoid a Chronic? Not quite. Oski again, blocked by Vatira. The man just cannot be avoided in defense, and of course it's him that gets that extra touch away.
The Nightmare Frenchman living up to that incredible performance he can have in defense, and now the attack is going to be continuing for Moist. Goes high from Oski. Atto low on Busto, on dead zero, has to go up the wall, and so the attack may well be slowed down from Moist here. The final 90 seconds. Moist want to get us into that game 5.
And Team Liquid still need to play cautious, still need to cover up their back line. It's not time to send the house in the kitchen sink just yet. There's still plenty of time for plays to develop. And here we go, nearing 1 minute to go. Moist Esports looking to maintain this offensive pressure.
They're doing such a great job just to make sure they're not turtling, not staying back in their own half. That's not where they want the ball. They want it here in blue territory. They want to be taking these touches, doing these fakes, taking the defense completely out of the game. They want to be finishing it right now, but Joyo, it was too far back.
Opportunities abound for Moist, but they have the lead. They don't need to send everyone. I don't blame them whatsoever. Whereas Liquid, they're going to have to. A Chronic onto the right-hand corner. No boost yet again, though, being starved out by Moist. Atto burning all of his and does not get a touch on the ball. Oski to catch in the back, but with nothing. And Vatira trying to come down on him like a ton of water. Manages to get the ball away. A chronic left wall. Atto waiting central. Far side Oski goes high in the center. Goes to one. Goes to the second. Goes to the net. But Vatira predictably in the way.
The attack continues. So here's Oski from the infield pass. Vatira again. The man just cannot be stopped. He cannot be blocked. He cannot be avoided. Moist Esports, are they finding us into their home territory? Game 5, they love it. The pass there is met by Rise. Team Liquid, will they get one more chance? Not with Rise. Almost putting it on. Atto has to dribble. Atto can't dribble. Game 5.
Champions Field, we have arrived.
That is a brilliant turnaround for Moist, a controlled game. They weren't throwing everything. We were talking about their composure and the fact that they weren't just saying, all right, 3 boys, let's go down to the other side. They were waiting, they were holding it back. And look, it's got on the game. Liquid, they weren't quite able to deal with just a bit of a different style of Moist.
And that defending at the end right there does mean that we are about to witness something that we all love so very much. The Champions Field announcer. I've missed that absolute legend. Can't wait to hear that big booming voice. Is it Shogun? Maybe, maybe
I don't
not.
know. Is it you?
Maybe.
Could be Stumpy. I'm not too sure.
No, not me. No, I think it's you, Subi, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Vatira's defense in that game was mind-blowing. The fact that he managed to get in the way 4 times with both his teammates on 0. He was the one to shut it down when the clutch meister is necessary.
These teams just absolutely putting on a great performance, Subi.
I mean, good news for all the Liquid fans out there, because in Game 5's 100% win rate, 100%. You can't lose, right?
That's a lot of percents.
Oh, wait a minute, they're playing Moist Esports, one of the clutchest teams in this major.
I mean, they've done it in the grand finals of LA. They won that Game 7 against G2 in the first series. If they can do it there, they can do it here, but Team Liquid can do anything themselves.
The biggest coin flip we may well be having, and it starts off with pelting the coin at the wall.
Massive, massive save from Joyo to get things going at the start of Champions Field. A lovely touch again from Rise. He's been fairly quiet here, but here he suddenly gets involved. Atto, what a save himself.
Vatira completely backwards. Atto going for that long shot, but the shot didn't come in soon enough. That was a great opportunity for Liquid to score early.
How did he get away from that demo? Oski flip reset, but Joyo read it from a mile away, and here comes a toe trying to keep it alive. That ball just goes right off of his hood, and Team Liquid coming out strong here in game number 5. They've had 40 seconds of offensive pressure, and Moist Esports needs a big clear to get out of this.
Every single touch from Team Liquid, though, when they're on attack, so incisive. No wasted hits on that ball. A lovely little fake there from Atto to leave it to Oski, whose boom is just going to ask the question of Joyo. The question is not answered very well at all. Atto puts it above, and Chronic sinks it home.
The passing plays from the midfield. Joyo irresponsibly sending it to the ceiling and up nice and early to beat out that goal line demon Vatira.
Well, and it's so dangerous as an opponent there. Do you go for the shot? Do you go for the pass? That's one of those balls that you don't know if it's going under the crossbar. Defender had to respect the shot, and a Chronic was there to finish.
We're on the cusp of what will have to be described as an upset, but Moist Esports will be absolutely fearless for this next 3 minutes and 50 seconds, potentially, hopefully more. They'll know they can score from anywhere. They can do anything on the pitch as Vatira tries to close down Atto. Atto, he's got so involved. To Chronic, those two are just combining time and time again. Moist Esports are being terrorized in defense, but now they have a chance to shoot themselves. Joyo.
There it is.
It's met by Atto. It falls to Rise. The crowd go wild. It's 1-1.
The crowd clearly wanting that Moist Esports victory. I thought it was even at the start, but when you hear them erupt to get just the equalizer, not even the series win, they get up and get loud.
The biggest moments called to be risen to, and right now Rise has 6 out of the 8 goals for Moist Esports. All offense goes through him.
What a performance from him so far, but still, they've got to finish the job. Oski with Joyo. The ball just falls to the floor. Oski's going to try and get a touch towards his teammate Achronic. The demo doesn't really do too much help for them, and suddenly Achronic is chasing it. The good news is for him that he does have boost, and can dribble it away. But Moist Esports, they seem to me, Stumpy, to just be bubbling up some real attack right now.
We've not seen any player on this pitch be crazy mechanical, I don't think. We've seen great passing plays, we've seen good mechanical moments, don't get me wrong, but we've not seen those double flip resets that we've loved to see from both of these teams. Moist, certainly, they want to show that confidence going through, because if your opponents start to fear your mechanics, which everyone on this pitch should, then you suddenly become that target.
Well, we're so used to, in Rocket League, seeing two mechanically insane teams go up against one another, and it just turns into a defensive nail-biter. And that's exactly what we have here right now. Oh, but as I say that, ball off the backboard goes down, and little too far inside.
Vatira has been Moist Esports' best defender, and he was almost a huge attacker right there for Moist. But Team Liquid have that ball buried in the Moist corner. Bryce is going to get it away. Is the pass good enough? It is towards Vatira. He sends it long, wants to get in the way. Oski's steaming in. Vatira just can't be stopped. Finally, Acronic gets the 50-50 to the corner, and Rise won't be able to do too much of this one. Just gets it to Acronic.
Rise onto that left-hand wall, sends it high for Joyo. Will he catch or will Oski be a nuisance? Neither touch, but both are enough of an incentive to clear it away. Left-hand side, Liquid, they are low on that boost. Moist, they don't have too much around them either. Vatira has to, again, get it away. Oski with a flip reset with 30.
Double commit.
Fancy part of the party, but
big
Rise
whiff!
missing at a crucial moment.
So much bravery from Team Liquid right there. One of their players had a flip reset. The other one came steaming in, and that's the confidence they continue to show as the attack continues. Acronic almost gets that 50-50 towards the Moist Esports goal.
Expect to see this field stretched thin. No one wants to allow a ball just to go over their head to find their way back to the net. Both teams so cautious of that back corner as that ball cleared away, but here comes a toe. No flip reset on that one as we're nearing the final minute in game number 5.
Vatira and Rise both wanting a bite of that cherry, but instead Vatira swallows the entire thing. Acronic left wall leaves it to Atao and Joyo to scrap in the center. 100 is picked up by Joyo. Nothing too far from him, but Rise finding, I think that was Vatira in the center, to be able to take this shot. We have under a minute. We have a drawn game.
Amazing stuff right here. Joyo just gets that hit into the center. The warning signs had been there. The infield passes were being met by the Moist Esports players. Finally, the Team Liquid defense parted like the Red Sea, and Moist are 53 seconds away from the top 6.
The defense didn't even know Rise was there, and Musty off the backboard. Rise can't tuck that one in, and Liquid still have hope, but they need to get out of their own half.
Joyo tried to pancake that one nicely, does manage to keep that attack going. A save from Atao in the blind spot. Rise sending it high onto the left wall. 30 seconds left until Moist progress through that lower bracket on this potentially miraculous run.
Team Liquid are going to push this one all the way. They are desperate for this overtime to stay in the competition. But Moist Esports, they're not letting them. They're getting the next touch. They're clearing everything. They're looking more likely to score with 12 seconds left, but maybe. Finally, they've made their way through. Atao, he's left it for Acronic. It was the wrong decision. Only a few seconds left. Team Liquid need to get this ball. They're not going to be able to. Moist Esports on the cusp. First they were cheesy, now they're moist. But one thing these boys will never be is overawed by the big occasion.
Oh my goodness, the confidence from Moist Esports refuses to be denied on the biggest stages in the world. They keep themselves alive in the Spring Major.